galaxy is burning. Brother fights brother, and treason splits the Imperium of Man. This is the Age of Darkness. Welcome to the Remembrancers retreat, coming to you from within the depths of the Vengeful Spirit.
Hello and welcome to another episode of the Remembrancers Retreat, a Warhammer 30k Horus Heresy and podcast.
For specialist games.
Yeah, all of them.
My name is Jesse. I'm here with...
Austin. Fuck! Point, don't point.
And Steven
knows.
Yeah, I mean, we're not going to take the initiative. Like, I'm Jason, and it's been like 30 seconds already.
I bail you out of the intro, and this is how you treat me.
Yeah.
Yeah. I got you, Jesse. Don't worry.
And coming in through another separate portal of bits and bytes is Jared.
Hey.
He's alive, we promise.
Yeah, he's not dead. He just sounds that way.
Under no way is he a meat puppet being operated by Henry.
It's just 5 nurglings stacked up inside him, pulling levers and turning dials.
Henry can't be more than 2 nurglings. He's not that big.
Henry's like a nurgling and an extra head. Nurglings are a little bigger than most people give him credit for.
Oh, wait, Jared, is he still at that age where he's just sticky for no reason?
I feel like that's just called childhood.
Yeah. That's going to last for at
lasts
least
until, like-
16 years.
Yeah, that lasts
yeah.
well into puberty.
Some people never get out of that.
The stick changes, but the nest is always there.
God damn it. I swear to God, it's too early for this shit. Anyway, happy holidays, everybody. We got stuff to talk about.
Yeah, we
So
have.
much stuff.
We got-
Santa brought us lots of topics.
Let's get with the Tiny Knight rules first because I have to look at this stuff sideways.
Oh, yep, everybody. Yeah. Now we're casting sideways.
Oh, yeah. Not just Armigers.
Yeah, but the Moirax as well.
Yeah.
The Moirax.
The Moirax. What do you want to talk about first?
Let's
the
do
basic
Armigers
ones.
quick.
The
Yeah.
basic ones.
So, who wants to run through this? Because
Yeah, so I'll run through the Armigers. So they're scale 2, gratis.
Little tiny babies.
They're not that great.
Not greatest.
Greatest, gratis.
Greatest.
Who knows what sort of Latin you're pronouncing?
It's greatest.
Greatest.
Sure,
That's what
Greatest.
the word is. And they just added a dumb faux Latin suffix
It's great
onto it.
is anyway.
Great is what it is.
It's 85 points for 3. So for those of you keeping track at home, I believe less than a prophy. Less than a single prophy.
I don't
for
keep
all
track
3,
of anything.
because prophies
That
are
sounds
dumb.
like math.
The standard knight, BS4, weapon skill of 3. Command is 7 up.
That is dog biscuits.
It is absolute garbage. This
It's
on a
bad biscuits.
This on a D10 for those of you keeping track at home.
Yeah.
Which means that with the the Scion Marshal, the Scion Marshal is not as good either.
Yeah, it's
Yeah,
only
'cause
a
they're
plus
Armigers.
1.
It's just a +1.
They're not even real night pilots.
Yeah. So you're rolling a 6.
So less than 50-50 shot.
Less than 50-50 shot of passing an order with these guys. They are speed 11, though, which is absolutely delightful.
And agile.
And agile. So they're doing the not affected by difficult or dangerous terrain.
Yeah, they'll get where they're going.
Getting the job done.
Well,
They can have a melt-a-gun for, I believe it's, lost it.
uh-oh.
They can have a melt-a-gun for 10 points.
10 points, yeah.
And that's the standard melt-a-gun for AT. Anything within 3 inches just suffers a strength 8 hit. They have the 9 to 10 direct, 11 to 13 devastating, 14 critical, which is pretty typical for knights. Their ion shield save is, I believe, the standard, except it changes a little bit. So one knight is a 5 up for strength 6 or less, 6 up against 7, and then they're hosed. 2 to 4 is the 4 up save for 1 to 6, 5 to 5 up for strength 7, 6 up for strength 8, and then 5 or more, because we're going to get there, is when they start getting the 3 up against the low strength stuff, a 4 up against 7, a 5 up against 8, and a 6 up against strength 9. They have 2 structure points. Which means, again, for those sneaky folk, a devastating hit will just kill 1 outright. So a critical hit will kill 2 because they're in pairs and I guess stand close together.
Yeah. Poor little dudes.
Oh, looking at the rules here, you can add up to 6 extra
Yeah, you can.
for 25 points each.
Yep.
And unlike normal knights, these come with guns.
They do.
They do. Normally, you buy your Questoris for like 35 points and chuck either 5 or 10 point weapons onto it. So it winds up being like a 40, 45 or 50 point model, depending on how you equip it. These, though, they have the Armiger autocannon, which I can't remember which of these weapons we talked about before. So just briefly.
Thermal spear we talked about.
Thermal spear is the one we talked about. All right. So you get the Armiger autocannon, short range of 6, long of 16, one shot, strength 4 ordnance. So each Armiger so equipped will have 2 of these, and 2 strength 4 ordnance ain't bad. Like 16-inch range, they're the ones that'll be plinking shields to pieces.
I mean, it's no Avenger Gatling cannon, but
it's not, but it does get shields, which is a thing.
Yeah.
The Reaper chain cleaver, +1 accuracy at short range of 2 inches. That's all it's got. Strength 6, 1 die, kind of basic garbage close combat weapon. Point of strength less than the normal knight weapon. And then the thermal spear, which we talked about in all of its glory. Strength 8, fusion, 8-inch long range, 5-inch short range, -1 at long range.
actually, so looking at these Armigers or the autocannons, I just had a thought, right? Each one shoots 1 die, is only strength 4, right? But obviously, you can run a Knight Armiger banner in a household list and give them coordinated strike, right?
Less than half the time, yes.
So,
Oh, God.
so if you have 9 of them, all firing
Did they think-
Armiger autocannons.
Okay, but the way it works is you add the weapon, so you're only going to end up with 1 shot because paired weapons don't count additionally because knights, all pool everything.
Well, each gun would count as a separate thing.
yeah.
So,
But this also means that if you have 3 of them equipped like this, it's +5 strength. So you get 1 shot at strength 9.
yeah,
No,
just-
it's each knight equipped with the
Yeah,
weapon, not
it's
each weapon.
each contributing knight. Knights.
all the weapons fight together.
All right.
Yeah, but still, at 9 knights, that's a
That's a
That's a lot of bonus strength.
It is
for
a lot of
one
bonus strength.
mighty autocannon shot.
It is 1 shot that hits on 4 up at long range, though. That's the downfall there.
I mean, sure,
But when it happens, it'll be funny.
yeah,
And
That's how much is that worth?
it's when an Armiger puts one
certainly
autocannon shell through the islands of a warhound and just gives the princess
deletes it.
Love it.
dead, and then
Yeah.
they all go home heroes.
It's true.
But their knight scions get all the credit.
Also true.
Poor Armigers.
So there's nothing really fancy about them. Specifically, like they do have to be armed kind of the traditional way. It either has 2 Armiger autocannon or this thermal spear and chain cleaver, unlike the Questoris where you can mix and match whatever you want. Most importantly, a battle group. So these are retainers. And a battle group may include a single banner of retainers as reinforcements for every non-retainer knight banner in the battle group. Banners of retainers cannot be taken as part of a maniple, while knight lances can only include a maximum of 1 retainer banner.
One's all you need.
Banners of retainers do not count towards the maximum number of knight banners allowed per maniple in a Legio battle group. And that I really like to see, because when I was initially thinking about this, like, oh, well, fuck, if you can't take them without taking the big knights, and then, like, you gotta take more titans. No, you can bring them. You can bring 3 Warhounds and a Lupercali and then a banner of Questoris and then a banner of these guys and just live that small engine life.
So I just did the math in my
A short
head.
life.
A full
But a glorious one.
banner of these dudes is barely more than a Porphyrin. It's what, 235?
Let's see, 6 more. So it's extra 150 to add 6.
Yeah,
it's almost like we all have calculators in our
235.
So 150 plus 85 is whatever that number is.
235.
Sure.
Yeah, we believe you. Yeah,
It is
so you can either have a whole
Gee,
That's
group of little Armigers. You can have 1 Porphyrin.
yeah. I was about to say that's
Get bent a casket.
Yeah.
It's tiny nighttime.
it's tiny nighttime.
Yeah.
plus you put a bunch of meltaguns on there, and then
yeah.
effectively they're like a little detonator.
That's true. Throw another 90 points on it. Give everybody a strength 8 auto hit.
The thermal spear
For
is
hilarity.
only like a short range of 5, but it's every bit the same strength 8 fusion.
Yeah.
Like, it's
Yeah.
just short. It's still the exact same one.
So go up to a warlord and fire 18 strength 8 fusion at it.
In addition to the cleaver.
Now, granted, they're not living through that.
No.
Oh yeah, but who cares?
But that's not the point.
You bought a
point is,
Porphyrin
it's
to kill
funny.
a warlord.
yeah.
Yeah.
It would be
Thought the Avenger Gatling cannon was disrespectful.
and it is. And it is, and I love it. So for 325 points, you can get 9 Armigers with the thermal spear and the
Armigers
chain
don't
glaive.
even show up on a warlord's auspex. They just suddenly take damage and die, and they're like, "What
That's
happened?"
exactly what happens.
Get up to heaven. St. Peter's like, "Yeah,
We can't let you in like that, bro.
Armigers, man."
Yeah, so that's the Armigers. Which are absolutely delightful. Then there's the Moirax. Anybody else want this? You guys want me to just keep going through?
Keep.
Yeah, knock yourself out.
And I will. I love this so much. These guys, exact same scale, weapon skill, speed, command, structure points, all that nonsense. They are 105 points, so they're a little more expensive. Same Scion Marshal, only giving you +1, same shields, the weapons. So we got the Volkite, which I think is what we talked about before.
The Volkite.
Yep. Yep.
Vuglair.
Vuglair.
Vuglair. I need a Frenchman in here to spell that for me.
No.
Short range of 8, long of 16, 2 dice, strength 4, Voidbreaker 1, which is disrespectful.
Yeah. Three hits with the void shields.
Gaiji
There's
Siege.
9 of them.
Yeah. Gaiji Siege Claw. The exact same thing as a regular close combat weapon because it's a Titan game and it doesn't matter. Strength. Actually, no, I take it back. This has rending as well.
Yeah, it has rended.
Strength 6, 2-inch range, +1 accuracy, rending.
Yep. So possibly strength 9. +1 for every contributing knight, of which there are 9.
And this will hit on 2s, which is more important.
Melee weapons you can't coordinated strike. Can.
Oh.
Still hit on 2s,
That's why we
though.
play Titans.
That's true. Then the Lightning Lock. Short range of 8 at +1 to hit. Long of 14. 1 die, strength 5, rending. So sort of a weird throw together, which I'm not opposed to.
I mean, it makes sense. The lightning lock is weird in the 28mm game, too.
No, it's just straight up disrespectful against vehicles. Just got to stay out of that 24-inch range the entire time.
Yeah. Boy, I can't wait to Quake cannon these guys just straight into their component atoms.
Right?
I was a tiny bit disappointed that we did not get a tiny version of the grav cannon.
Oh, so we can just knock Titans around.
Yeah.
Give it time, my friend. Give it time.
Other than that, I can't complain because they also have a tiny version of the ion shield, which is nice. I mean, that's what the extra 20 points gets you. That's kind of worth it by itself.
Yeah. And you can get 6 additional ones, just like the other one, but they are
because
30
you need
points.
blasts to really get through these guys quick.
Yeah.
Right.
So
Knights
these
do
are
not
only
care.
30 are 30 points for the extra one. But yeah, that ion flare shield decrease the strength of all attacks made by a weapon with the blast trait against a Knight Moirax banner by 1 to a minimum of 3. And as you guys said, like that's how you get rid of the little suckers, just critting them out and getting those devastating hits.
And so
these guys can be in the High King's lance, right? Like these are the High King's retainers.
And a lot of those auto pass orders to the lance.
Yep.
Also, you get the fuck your blasts banners.
You can.
So
Only in the King's banner. Wait, is there anything stopping
There
you?
are a few that are the make it. No, I don't think you can make the retainer the high scion.
Ah, damn it. Like, that was
get
my...
outta here.
Yeah, get out of here, Cerastus Knight.
the High King took some edibles, climbed into an armiger, and now he's the High King.
Lord.
It's just that cannabis-infused grox, man. It's a hell of a thing.
Yeah, I will
medicinal
say,
rocks.
I think while I like the Armigers, I just like max strength, pile it on. The Moirax, I think, do better in like a group of like 5 or 6. Not a full size banner.
Because they're slightly more expensive.
They're a little more expensive. They're a little more survivable, and their weapons are a little nastier individually. Like I would almost want 4 or 5, right? Because 5 is where you get the maximum shield. So take 5 with the Volkite. And just go ripping people's shields off. And like what? You're really going to spend? You're really going to spend 100 and like shooting on a 150 point unit? No, you're not. Get out of here.
Well, I think
And if one lives, it's still 3 void saves a turn.
I mean, I will say, though, they're so... I mean, with only 2 structure points,
Oh, they'll go down. But
Oh yeah, definitely.
But again, are you trying to do a split fire order
Yeah.
instead of something else? Like, are you wasting an entire Titan to go
That's
deal with them?
the thing. Like,
Is every time you fire at Armigers, you're not firing at another Titan.
Yeah,
right.
or even like a Cerastus banner, like
exactly.
But I think they're annoying enough. I think they're annoying just enough to actually be a target.
Oh yeah. They
Can't-
definitely
You
are.
cannot ignore them.
Can't wait to hear the internet complain about how they're either way too underpowered or way too cheap for what they can do.
right?
Hey, I've got a single Porphyrin and it suctions fire like away from my High King's banner.
That's his job.
Yeah,
And it's not good at anything.
Yeah, I mean,
mine does garbage.
Pay 200 points just to suction fire away.
Every volcano cannon leveled at the Porphyrin is a volcano cannon not leveled at the High King.
Yeah.
Then somebody tries to shoot at my High King's banner and realizes it's a pack of Cerastus Lancers with Xeno sympathizers.
Yep.
So-
Nobody loves that.
You can't drop their shield save past a 5 and they can re-roll it. It's
like
good
that.
days.
Don't love
Don't
that.
like that. I think the Knight Morax, like all the other quote-unquote Mechanicum Knights, is actually probably better at fighting other Knights than it is at fighting Titans.
It's true. If you take, like, if your buddy has gone just balls deep and spent $150 for nine regular Armigers, maybe you shell out 50 and get 3 of these and go teach those Armigers to have a bad time, right? Like, well,
Hey, we're like you, but better.
yeah, like, haha, we're gonna win this fight. Or if you've shelled out for the Mechanicum, like Questoris Knight variants,
And I have.
and they're like, man,
yeah.
these are great, but they're not worth it compared to regular.
I've got all 3
Your
specialist
anti-night,
banners.
your anti-night knight,
Yeah.
and you finally need some now.
Stupid
because
Atropos.
you need something. 'Cause
Oh
what-
man, the Atropos can just walk up to these guys and go through them. Finally.
But think about what these guys do in objective missions, right? Like you take a banner of 9,
They just
you
stand-
get volcano cannoned, you lose 8 of them,
One guy left.
and he's
One
he's so
stupid
damn
little-
small
yeah.
Right.
that he can hide anywhere.
Yeah.
And he's 25 points with a strength 4 shot. You don't care if you never get it again.
Yeah.
Like even with my Avenger Gat, like lone survivor Questoris, I feel the urge to get him into combat because he will pile Steven's Knights like cordwood.
I hate him so much. Yeah, a lot of the missions, that are, especially if you're playing with Adepticon's open war cards or even Games
Yeah,
Workshop's
the Games Workshop
open war cards, that's like gain 5 VP for every unit that you get off the table. Here's one lone Armiger, just 11 inches a turn, hiding behind a building.
Yeah,
You're
he's not-
never going to fire at him again.
He's not
5
passing
VP.
the order to full stride, but he'll
Right.
get there in the end.
He might. Leave him alone.
He's trying his best. You leave him alone. Never talk to me or my son ever again.
Well, they look pretty fun.
Yeah, a worthy addition.
I mean, I'm not going to buy any because
I
like Titans.
I want.
I will
want
definitely buy them.
lots. Yeah,
They're
Whole bunch.
so expensive, though.
They are.
They're- These would make great bronze trophies, though, at an event.
Oh, yeah.
A Titan is gold, a Knight is silver, and then you have one tiny little bronze Armiger.
I was thinking about doing that, but I was going to go like a 3mm Warhound, and then like a Questoris, and then just an Imperial Guardsman, just like an epic Space Marine.
Just spray painted
you did
bronze
your
so
best.
hard that you can't even see detail.
Blob.
It's just a little
It's like an
bronze
eraser.
nub.
It's like an eraser painted bronze. You did your best,
Here you
guys.
go, buddy.
Man. So
Yeah,
cool deal. That's Tiny Knights.
Tiny Knights.
Knights.
Moving on.
To bigger and better things.
Much bigger and better things. And Jarrett, I'm sure you super happy
Yeah.
from the Black Library Weekender.
The bigger is the important part.
So big.
Fafnir Ron
Boy Fafnir looks like a big old boy.
and Dominion Zaphon.
He is a large man.
Sorry, his first name is Dominion.
I guess
Yeah, I
so.
didn't know that either.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I did
That's
not know that.
completely.
This
threw
is
me
why
for a
he
loop.
goes by his last name.
I
Yeah,
would
yeah.
too if my name was Dominion.
That just makes me think of Dom from Gears of War.
Yeah, you
Like
think,
Marcus
all his
Phoenix.
buddies call him Dom?
Dom!
Yeah.
Now, you got to growl it like, you're deep throating growl. Dom!
Yeah, you think all of his Blood Angels buddies just call him Dom?
Yes, 100%.
100%.
Yeah. The Bringer of Sorrow is his.
Yeah.
Oh boy, these guys look
But
cool.
2 new guys in plastic. In plastic. And they're downright gorgeous.
Yeah, one of the best parts about them being in plastic too is after a while, you won't be able to give these guys away. So conversions aplenty.
I do love how
Tell me
they
that you can sell a plastic Ahriman. You can't.
Oh, that's true.
Yeah. Gregor Fellhand.
I got so many Geiger. All of you assholes kept giving me Geiger Fellhands.
You say that?
Yeah.
They're fairly rare now on the internet, apparently.
Yeah.
Look at any bits box across the country, and there's a plastic Ahriman, just like, please, Father, paint me.
Still on the sprue. Just
in there. I'll throw in a plastic Ahriman. Please don't.
If you think there's enough of those, again, Geiger Fellhand, so many. But this guy, unlike Geiger, because Ahriman, you could pretty much make him a librarian for any legion you wanted with pretty minimal work. Geiger, though, he's just Geiger.
Like he's a space wolf, and so nobody wants him.
Well, like even for a space wolf, like he's kind of hard to make look not like Geiger Fellhand.
I feel like more people stole his backpack to make like Vexilis for their Space Wolf squads than actually use the model himself.
That is
that
probably
sweet ass bolter
not a very good
that
model.
has Russ emblazoned on it.
also pretty baller.
That was pretty cool.
And it's like he's a great model. Like as a Geiger Fellhand, he's really cool, but you can't do anything with him. This guy,
Yeah.
Ron Swanson of the 41st Millennium.
Hey, that being said,
He
when do you expect us to see a head swap of this guy for Dorn?
Oh yeah. Yeah.
He might be big enough.
He might be
yeah.
big enough.
that would be so
I mean,
much
Dorn's
better.
head is already relatively small because he's a Forge World resin model.
And I mean, everybody
Fucking
knows. I mean,
bean stuck on a.
the best version of the Primarchs are ones with facial hair.
It's
Yeah.
true.
It's true.
Yep.
So it's actually in the Constitution.
Yeah.
Strong
Yeah.
agree.
That's in the Gospels, that is. But this guy, he's got some fist iconography, right? Like there's the fist on the power axe, and there's an 7 on the loincloth and the shoulder pad.
Simple.
All of that is easily removed. Like the hard to remove stuff is all skulls, very generic. I don't give a shit.
No.
And of course, the great big honking breacher shield on the back, which is baller.
Yeah.
Actually, that's not even.
Yeah, there's like that 1/7 and just like
Yeah,
the
there's
one
a 7
on,
that may or may not be engraved. I would assume it's engraved on there.
That's totally engraved.
Yeah.
fill
But
it in.
still,
But yeah,
like the
just
one
a
on the
little bit
front.
of green stuff. You fill that in, no big deal.
Plastic
Then
will take care of that.
Yeah.
you can
Buff it right out.
Yeah, you might be able to make out that fist underneath everything, but it really just looks like laurels and a lightning
Honestly, I'm going to shave that entire fist off because I have so many transfers to put on that shield.
bolt. Well, you say that, but can you get it? Like, it depends on how it's made because there's a sword. Like it.
Yeah, he's got the
strapped
sword and
to
the
it.
helmet and stuff all
So
strapped.
if that's a separate,
His little pickle
the
horn
pickle
helmet.
haub.
Yeah.
I kind of want to know what that would look like if it wasn't lashed down with like 8 different belts.
Well, this does make me
Yeah.
happy because
He doesn't have like a space marine helmet.
he may have a thing where like that whole thing, like the sword and the pickle haub might be a separate bit, and you might be able to, like, and then another helmet.
That would be nice. Like it would be optional.
Like you can do a thing where like, hey, he's got the double axes, or you can field him in breacher mode where he's got the sword and the shield out.
Well, so
that'd be
the only
nice.
I don't think so because in order for plastic to work the way they've got that as a separate bit, right? There's the face of the shield, and then there's the buckle, the sword, the helmet, which is probably all one piece. The shield probably has a groove going right through the middle of it for that belt
May,
to seat
however,
it.
they
For that
have
belt
been
to go
they
on.
have been doing the other way on some of their new stuff. So instead of the shield being like down, they can put divots in that
so that
belt,
the laurels
so that the
slot-
laurels slot on top. You slot on top of the laurels.
I mean, that's what I would prefer because obviously it's a cool ass shield.
We'll find out February.
But
February. I
before
gotta wait till February.
we go anywhere else, can I talk about one tiny complaint I have?
Sure.
Scroll up just a little bit.
Scrolling up.
All right, pause. So it says right there, a celebrated officer of the Imperial Fists, Captain Ron, was charged with the defense of the strategically vital Lionsgate spaceport. He later joined the Templar Brethren, fighting alongside Sigismund and earning ever greater glory. I disagree.
Yes, you're absolutely correct.
That's a downgrade because
Excuse me.
Fafnir Ron is hands down my favorite Imperial Fist because he legit just straight up made fun of Sigismund like early on in the Heresy for being a poster boy, and it was great. He feels way cooler as a character, and I think it's terrific that Dorn like draws his Huskarls from Fafnir Ran's company and not from the
Not
first.
from the Templars. Yeah.
So,
Suck it,
so
Sigismund.
I actually did, Jason. I had like the exact same issue with the wording of that article.
Right?
I know you haven't read Warhawk, and I'm sure most of our listeners here haven't read Warhawk either. I'll
Yet.
keep spoilers to basically a non-existent minimum. No, Fafnir Ron does not join the Templars.
Oh, good.
Well, you say that, but we got
that.
some books to go, bro.
Fafnir does his own thing after the heresy. He's the chapter master of the Executioners, who are like the coolest fucking chapter.
They are the coolest chapter.
But no, specifically in Warhawk, he and Sigismund go off and do a lot of really, really, really cool stuff, which we'll not get into, despite my sincere desire to do so. But to say he joins the Templar Brethren is a massive oversimplification. I also would make the argument that the fact that Dorn draws the Huskarls from Fafnir's company rather than Sigismund's company is more so due to the fighting nature and the style inherent of each organization.
Right.
You know, the Templars are swordsmen first and foremost.
Glory hounds.
The Phalanx Warders are, you know,
It's
I
got
would call
warding
them more
right
working
there
class.
in the name.
Yeah, they are, you know, the grind you to a pulp type fighters, which are very much what, you know, you want your Cataphracti Terminator guys
Well, you also
to
got to
be.
consider Sigismund spends the majority of the heresy disgraced. Like,
That's true.
Dorn is pissed off with him, basically from fall to Terra.
And, you know,
As a sidebar, apparently there's a Sigismund novel coming out too.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, man, Sigismund's model is going to look so wimpy next to this new
Oh,
Fafnir.
yeah. I didn't
Yeah.
think,
Oh,
like,
they're
Fafnir
gonna
Ran's
be,
just
you
got
know,
his 2 axes out.
He's
dynamic duo.
Like, doing that dance move on top of, like, a tank. He couldn't have killed it, so...
Yeah, he's standing on top of a las cannon
Someone
for
else's
some
kill.
reason. Yeah, as usual, taking credit for everybody else's hard work.
Fafnir Ran probably killed it with a melt-a-bomb, and he just came along later.
Imager, take this picture.
Quick, Remembrancer, write down, he joined me, and here I am on this tank.
He joined my Templar brethren.
I'm not crying, you're crying. It's the phosphex in my eye.
It is good to point out, though, that, like, as a model, it's big.
Yes.
I've seen some people doing on the interwebs some fun comparisons of, like, well, if the base is 32, like a normal Space Marine, how big does that make him? Primaris sized.
A big old boy.
That's how big it makes him.
Good.
Approximately one chonky boy.
He takes big steps.
Yeah. I love that shield on his that heraldic shield, too.
Right?
Yeah.
He's going to be great for 40K
makes that-
players
it makes
who
that
want to
left
play
arm-
executioners.
It makes that left arm worthless, but it's fine.
Go ahead, Jared.
you know, I'm really excited to see rules for him. I was, you know, thinking about it earlier. You know, there's got to be some kind of special thing for those 2 axes. You know, maybe
Oh, like rules?
Paragon Blade with Shred. Maybe
don't-
just
don't
AP2
love that.
Rampage.
Rolled
AP2
wrong.
Rampage.
Nope.
Go with
It's
that.
2 mastercrafted power axes. You're welcome.
Hey, that's
Get
you're
out of here,
re-rolling.
Jesse.
You're re-rolling 2 hits.
Look, he is initiative 6, but those are power axes. So
Sorry.
No, they're Paragon blades. They're Paragon blades.
The first thought I had, which I would really love if it was something like Vardic Crom, who also is a famous, really cool guy that uses like switches between shield and 2 weapon fighting styles. It would be neat if he had like, you know, an offensive and defensive, like get Rampage when using 2 axes, or like -1 to hit him if using axe and shield,
That would totally make sense too.
right?
Or subtract 1 from the strength of enemy attacks, because you know you'll probably run him in Stone Gauntlet.
Absolutely.
Oh, that
So
would be real
a
good.
T6 Fafnir, or effectively T6 Fafnir Ron. Shield and axe, just bounce,
Apropos.
just bounce Abaddon's power fist. And then
Oh, shit. So this is what being a Majos feels like.
Fafnir Ron's just been hiding, waiting for the right time.
Yeah, well, that time is
It's
February.
Yeah.
Not now.
Now,
And
February.
again, and if we haven't mentioned before, plastic.
Yeah,
Plastic.
Yes,
It still
in
plastic.
plastic. It is confirmed 1,000,000 times plastic.
Yeah.
Good days.
The tide is turning.
Yep.
It is almost upon us.
But this guy,
Dominion Zephyr.
fucking Dom Zephin.
Domsy.
Dommy
Z.
Yeah.
Oh, wait. Hang on. That's taking it an entirely different route.
It is.
Oh,
It
whoops.
is.
No.
Oh,
Yep. That's why you should always have a safe word. You're doing a rope player. You'll end up losing your legs and arms. Just like Dom
oh my
Zephin.
God. Y'all should be ashamed of yourselves.
But we're not.
And yet we're not.
Never once.
All right. First off,
It's like I had a podcast. I have no shame.
first off, I need that jetpack,
It is
that jump pack.
so cool and bespoke, and
That's a 3rd edition metal Chaos Raptors jetpack.
I think so, yeah.
And you'll love to see it.
Oh, I'm so happy it's
You'd
there because
love
I
to
haven't
see
seen
it.
it in the Heresy at all yet.
Yep, looks like he's wearing Mastercrafted Mark 6.
I absolutely love that it's Mark 6 and not, as been pointed out exhaustively, Mark 3, because we don't need yet another take on Mark 3. We've got like 2, 3
Yeah.
sort of.
He's going to look real nice right next to the rest of that new starter set.
Oh,
Well, and
yeah.
he's been hanging on Terra for like the entire Heresy.
Yeah,
of course
like,
he's gonna have
he's
Mark
been
6.
hanging out on Terra. It's been 14 years.
Look at how fucking big his legs are.
Right?
And he's beautiful.
He's just, it's like he's got a Terminator leg.
Although I don't know if you guys have seen What We Do in the Shadows.
Yeah.
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 I saw the movie, yeah.
Of
No,
course.
not the movies. Not the movies.
Kind
but
of,
that's
he
one.
does kind of
God
look
damn it.
like the
Nandor?
Nandor, yeah.
He looks
The
like Nandor
Relentless.
the Relentless.
Who just wouldn't stop relenting.
just could not relent.
Could not relent. They would say, please do not pillage me. But no, it will be pillaging for you and all of your friends.
One thing I'm a little curious on, his left studded shoulder pad there has like this lightning motif on it.
I think it's
I think it's
marble.
black marble.
Oh, that
Yeah.
makes way more sense. I was like, is that a salvaged Night Lord pad? Like, what's he?
No, that's the real reason he lost his arm, because his pauldron's made of rock instead of ceramite. But look at the details on him. The gilded holster. There's just so many tears of blood.
Yeah, you will
on
not.
him.
You will have a hard time turning this into a non-blood angel.
Oh,
because
no.
there is a
No,
ton
because
of
his
blood.
arms
Hang
are going to
on.
be separate. His
Wait.
legs.
What's wrong?
I just figured out his augmetic foot looks like a metal croc.
Yes.
No, it looks like the old Imperial Space Marine feet.
Look, here's what
Come on.
happens. Here's what happens, Jason.
At least it's not in sport mode.
This is a design thousands of years old, designed for the comfort of the wearer.
An ancient Croc STC was discovered by Arkan Land.
And they just saw those dads
I mean,
wearing
who
Crocs
else?
and socks and went, man, that looks cozy as hell. We'll use this for our augments so it doesn't hurt them as they walk around.
Yeah.
Yeah, look at all that detail around the collar.
Oh, that is
Yeah,
so
it looks
cool.
fantastic. I
And
love
those
his
dumb
dumb
vampire
little
fangs.
head. No, hey,
Oh,
That is one of the better Blood Angel heads they've done.
it's one of the
Yeah.
better heads they've done. Period.
Fair enough. Yeah.
Yeah, I
And
need
again,
to
in
see,
plastic.
Yeah.
personally, I need to see a different paint scheme because it looks a little too makeup-y for me.
I mean, but that's
just the
it
standard,
looks
yeah.
like a vampire, right?
So here's
That's fair.
It's
That's
painted
true. That's
like
true.
a blood.
So here's
Yeah.
the thing. The takeaway, really, that I'm getting from Zephin here is that obviously he has the helmeted head and he has the bear vampire head. Him and Ron are being released at the same time. They're the same style. You can. I would take that practically as confirmation that Ron will be able to wear his helmet.
Or Ron will have some other options.
I hope so.
Yeah.
We can only hope.
Yep.
Yeah,
Part of me
because
hopes so.
that big shield is taking the place of the jump pack. Like if you're just imagining the
Right,
sprue,
right.
Yeah.
like there should be another slot on Fafnir, and that might be taken up by the little
Or that helmet.
the heraldic shield. But
Oh man, I'm taking all.
Or
the
that helmet
metal,
is its own separate piece to put in the back where,
his little pickle hob.
yeah, you can have a strapped down pickle hob or
you can go
standard helmet.
So it doesn't look like the pickle hob has a faceplate. Like it looks like it's just a helmet.
Honestly, it might because the pickle hub is one of the versions of Thunder Armor. Mark
So it
one
might
had
have
that.
like.
So that would
might
be
have
really
sunglasses?
cool if he had like
How wild would that be?
I don't know how like old Fafnir is for a Marine. Like, is he an Inuit? Is he a Terran or whatever? But it would
He's
be
from
kind of
Inuit.
He's from Inuit.
Yeah.
Well, maybe he's got some like heraldic,
relic.
yeah,
armor.
like relic thunder warrior armor, which would be really cool.
So he talks about it in First Wall. He was supposed to be like,
Oh yeah,
Oh yeah, he was going to be a war chief.
He was going to be.
He was going to be a big dude, and then Dorn came along, and it was like, oh well.
And
maybe
Dorn
not.
is a little bitch, and didn't trust his.
He just fell out of the sky with his father's money
right.
and inherited a
Right.
solid
No.
empire.
It's Fafnir Ron in the same way it's Lehman Russ, because his tribe on Inuit was the Ron.
yeah.
Yeah. All right. It's coming back to me.
Yeah, except Fafnir Ron's actually cool.
Kill
there
yourself
aren't many
immediately.
descriptions of Inuit in the lore. It just says like Ice Death World. I like to imagine
it's
just like
shitty Fenris. That's where it is.
lethal and as inhospitable as
Well,
Fenris. It's just
there's
the
no
fists
wolves.
don't make a big deal about it.
It
Yeah,
just very
like-
specifically isn't.
We're just not dramatic.
Yeah.
The whole goddamn planet was built to be a horror show. Inuit is just fucking like what's the name of that lodge? Not even Hoth. It's the name of that lodge in like Norway where you can go live in an igloo for the weekend.
Oh, right. In the little like dome hotel rooms.
Yeah,
yeah.
that's Inuit.
No.
Yeah. That.
Like Inuit has things
I mean,
like working
Go read
electricity.
Crimson Fists.
I refuse to read anything that has Pedro freaking Cantor in it. Son of a bitch.
No, Crimson Fist.
Crimson Fist,
Tell me the
the
heresy
Pollux.
short story.
Yeah, about
Oh,
Pollux.
right.
Any-
I heard
anything-
that.
It's basically just him being sad that his brother's dead.
Fuck him too. All
Castor-
Crimson Fists are
Castor did-
bastards.
He's not a Crimson Fist yet.
Pedro Cantor flows through his veins.
Castor didn't even get a chance to become a
the other
space
way
marine
around.
because Inuit breeds weak men.
That's true enough.
You know?
Y'all
Cue sad Jared meme.
fucking up. I know.
But let's see. What else can we say about this adorable space?
the fact that now I have-
Space Nandor.
I have carte blanche to use all those Chaos Raptor packs that I have and attach them to Ashen Circle with Chaos Raptor packs.
There you
That's
go.
good. Because
There you
I
go.
hate those chunky Mark II packs.
Oh yeah, they're getting Raptor packs. It's happening.
Exceptional.
Fuck yeah, buddy! Bits falling from the sky. Now I just got to find my Ashen Circle.
But yeah, I'll most likely be picking both of these guys up.
Oh yeah,
Yep.
yeah.
Yeah, Fafnir is going to join a chapter from a real Ice World, Death World.
Yeah, if you think Fafnir Ron's not going to look fucking sick in a Heresy era kill team, you're fucking wrong.
Or in any legion.
Or just by himself.
Yeah.
Yeah,
I mean,
I could throw.
there's not even
I
a
would-
lot of.
the only time that I paint Imperial Fists is when I'm painting Iron Warriors or when I'm painting something for Jared.
Yeah, because I will say the only Imperial heraldry, besides the Imperial Fist stuff, is there's one little tiny eagle. And
no one cares.
fuck it. Yeah, no one cares. Like
Yeah,
it's not
'cause you-
ostentatious.
Yeah, it's like Crusade honors.
Yeah, like
Is it on his? It's on his Vambrus there.
yeah, below the knee.
Oh, yeah. That little tiny.
Oh, okay.
But again, like you got to look real hard to find one, right?
I mean, you can
cares.
shave the eagle part off and just put a skull down there. It's a winged skull.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Or just shave it off and
If you're good.
Boop. Done.
Looks like his weapons could be very separated or separated easily too.
It's the
so I can
standard.
see-
I'm just going to put 2 metal fists there, and he's going to be ready to box somebody. Fafnir Ron threw down his axes like, come here.
But yeah, good stuff. Looking forward to it. And to wrap up,
2 new plastic heroes.
Beats the hell out of that Chaplain and Terminator Praetor from Betrayal at Cal.
Ugh.
last
Oh.
definitely not least, Horus Heresy Exemplary Battle.
Oh, boy.
Oh boy.
My time has come.
Yep.
And can we just pause to look at the models for just a second?
Yeah,
Even though
yeah.
they're regular Marines.
No, they're Red Hand.
But they're not fancy. They're not a new kit or anything. They're
those
fucking
are-
gorgeous.
God, those are
Gorgeous
cool.
paint job.
They are cool.
Yeah. All right. Having done something that our listeners can't actually see,
Right.
Participate.
let's comment on. Yeah.
Go ahead. Take it away, Jason.
Oh boy, I am so excited. World Eaters are and will always be my first legion, near and dear to my heart. I love them so much. And if you've been a World Eater player for longer than a few minutes, one of the very few problems with the how the Legion's built as a whole, because they do suffer a little bit from being one of the original 4, so their rules went through a whole bunch of ups and downs. it's all ups now, baby. It's the only problems and they're so small. It's like people want to use Rampagers so much.
Yeah.
But they're one of those models that they're not even that bad rules-wise. It's just they're so expensive, it's almost actively handicapping yourself to try and take them.
And they can't compete with like their contemporaries either.
And they can't
Not
because,
close.
in the other direction, just like
Poor headhunters.
a tactical marine with a chain axe is so good on his own that like what are you going to do? You can afford like literally 3 of them for 1 Rampager and they will perform better. So, Exemplary battle Armatura, hands down, I think the coolest battle in Betrayer, probably the coolest, battle in 5 books in either direction of Betrayer. And it's spectacular. They give you rules for, reworking that. But what we really want to talk about here are the Red Hands Destroyer Assault Squad. The only complaint I have is calling them the Red Hands makes them feel a little more Night Lordy than I would have expected. But the whole deal,
Could call them Crimson Fists.
right? Because there are not enough of those running around. So,
Let's just watch Austin go into conniption across the table.
which, speaking of Night Lord similarities, the Red Hand's entire deal for the bloody handprint, also Uzus's deal from the Night Lord's trilogy. Always
He has it across his faceplate.
faceplate, much like these dudes.
Turns out when you decorate in blood, there's only but so many patterns you can really.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You got to rip a
Right.
heart out.
Yeah,
Well,
it's you're either a
hands are
Jackson
red now.
Pollock or you're a handprint.
Yeah.
Yep. But these dudes are amazing. I am a big fan of destroyers, especially since like the FAQ update. They're good across the board. They are just destroyers, but in World Eater flavor. And that is underselling them because they're amazing. So, just like, I just realized, they're the same points as destroyers.
In the FAQ'd or the playtest destroyers.
Yeah. Which I mean, I think at this point,
It's,
are they playtest anymore? They've been tested. They're accepted. Equip the exact
Maybe 5
same
more
way.
years of trials.
Right.
This isn't the Navy.
They just have a couple of bonus rules, and they can take the special World Eaters Cadre weapons for 2 points a model, except chain axes. No excoriator chain axes. For some reason, that's still 10 points. Nobody knows why.
But
But,
this has made them so much better
oh my
'cause
God.
now
right off the top.
Now the Kaderi weapons are like priced correctly.
Yeah. So all right. Barb Hook Lash and Meteor Hammers are fun, but the real winner here are the Twin Phalanx Blades because they're a paired weapon. They also give you +1 attack just from being Phalanx Blades, and they're rending, which means with a model with Rage, which every single World Eater, every single Trader World Eater, that's 6 attacks from 1 dude on the charge. And because, I mean, when are you not going to give them jetpacks? I don't see. Here's the thing, though. They do come stock with a chain sword. So
You mean a chain axe?
I mean a chain axe for free. I don't think there's an argument to be made for just not paying the 2 points for Phalanx Blades, because you're exchanging the chain sword for the Phalanx Blade or the axe either way. You still keep your 2 bolt pistols, which is a nice little detail. No idea why the Excoriator's still 10 points. However, that sad redheaded stepchild aside, I don't...
Well, so the Excoriator's AP3, right?
Yep.
But it also has Unwieldy?
Yeah, which is bizarre. I feel like if they just swiped out Unwieldy for like Reaping Blow, which makes perfect sense considering the size.
Big, huge axe.
Big huge axe. Plus I mean, you can hit multiple guys if they stand together.
You lose an attack because it's a two-handed weapon. It's unwieldy, so you're hitting
You lose. Yeah, you just lose
that's
so
four
much.
attacks on our charge, though.
But at what cost? You
Yeah,
gotta
At
look-
AP3.
Yeah, the Phalanx Blades gives you, what, 6 attacks on the charge?
6 attacks,
with
which
rending?
rend at your normal initiative.
Yeah.
yeah, like
And you've already smashed people with Hammer of Wrath, too. So, like, the number of dudes swinging back on you.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Probably a
lower.
couple of meteor hammers, too. They're pretty great. +2 initiative, +2 strength.
If it's good enough for the Raven, it's good enough for me.
Absolutely. Alistair Rushall knows what's up. Way cooler
Honestly-
name than Dominion.
honestly, I would go all in on the meteor hammers because the only thing funnier than swinging 6 attacks at folk is killing them before they can swing back.
Right? Initiative
Yeah.
6. Just, that is good times.
Like
Just-
initiative 6 wounding on 2s. Thank you and good night.
However, the only tiny bit of confusion I have here, because these dudes are just amazing. They do have a couple of bonus rules over and above the normal destroyers. This is probably why they're the same points cost as destroyers. So, Bearers of the Blood Hand. All models in the detachment must declare a charge if able to when they begin the assault phase within 12 inches of an enemy unit. So, here's what's confusing. It doesn't say all models in the squad. It says all models in the detachment, meaning...
I think they've changed that.
FAQ, because I
They
just
have changed
downloaded
it.
Oh, thank
says
goodness.
A unit made up of models with this special rule.
Okay.
So that's
Probably
been
did,
fixed.
yeah.
That's been fixed.
Thank
Little keen-eyed
goodness.
observers out there.
Don't pay attention to... Well, I also figured out when they said, like, the Warbringer princess is...
Oops.
Oops.
Nope, she's a Disney princess. No,
Some
no.
princess bring
Confirmed.
war.
I screenshotted it.
Yep.
I've been saying for years that Elsa should have been like a Boudica type character. Some princess. Yeah, it's just...
Oh, and then Ravaging Assault. On a turn which they've charged, a unit with this special rule gains a bonus of 1 to the amount of wounds inflicted when determining who's won. Additionally, they gain a bonus of 1 to the result of any sweeping advance roll they make in a combat they're on the winning side of. That's, I mean, you're probably not going to remember it up until like several turns after it would have made a difference.
I disagree. As a militia
yeah.
player, I cannot stress enough how much that +1 to combat res
Is there
matters.
a specific reason that they've worded it as +1 to the amount of wounds inflicted as opposed to +1 to combat resolution?
Honestly, I think +1 wounds inflicted is how it normally reads in 30K.
We just all interpreted it as +1
But
to
I've
combat
played
resolution.
fantasy so much that I just it's a banner. It gets +1 to combat resolution.
Yeah, we just default.
And it's the exact same thing 999 times out of 1,000. There might be some weird interaction somewhere.
It's a bummer that this doesn't stack with other stuff, though.
But what it does is it wins you ties. And that doesn't sound like a lot.
But
Well, until you're sweeping
until it
advances.
is.
Yeah,
That's
until you're done. Like
huge.
the last
Especially
30K
when
event.
you guys just deal no wounds to each other. Then suddenly,
At the last 30K event
we did
I was
play.
at, I charged in with a pile of just mutant levy against world eaters, as a matter of fact. I got the assault off on 10 assault marines, killed a couple
Embarrassing.
because I had like 130 attacks or something dumb. And he whiffed and only killed 2 of me back. And I said, congratulations, I win by 1. He rolled an 11 on the leadership and then did that again
Oh, no.
and then was run down.
by a bunch of screaming goat
And
men.
what
Glorious.
did it was the 10 points of +1 to combat res. And because they got into the next unit and were just massacred over a period of 3 or 4 turns. But this sort of stuff, especially for small units, because I think these guys can go up to 15.
Yeah.
They can.
So not the full 20.
God, still though,
Yeah. I mean,
Not the
it's still
full
a lot
20.
of world eaters.
still a lot of world eaters.
They're going to get shot at on the way in. And especially
They have
late
hardened
game.
armor.
Especially late game when like they've already been through a round of combat and now they're like, they've taken out the enemy assault unit and now they're into the squishies in the backfield. Like
throw them in a red claw.
sometimes you still whiff a little, you only got 3 models. If they get charged on the swing back, fuck, we only killed 1 of you. We lost a guy. Oh, look, we won by 1. Great success.
And it
I
occurs to
feel
me
like
that-
I feel like a Dreadclaw would be a great option to take with these guys.
Also,
Not
it
a bad
occurs to
call,
me
yeah.
that,
point,
that Jason said you probably always want to give them the jump packs, but I'm looking at it and they can take rhinos as dedicated transports.
And a Proteus?
And a Proteus, which okay.
Never been a fan of it
But
just because it's not an assault.
if you run, but if you run the armored spearhead, everybody that can take rhinos could suddenly take land raiders.
Both
and the
types.
important thing to note is that they start off at 5 dudes. So you can put apothecaries in with them. You can put chaplains in with them.
yeah.
Legion
Excellent.
champions.
Excellent
Praetors.
You can turn it into your Death Star.
Anybody.
Well, budget Death Star, right?
Anybody
Yeah.
that wants to make use of the fact that they also have rad grenades
They,
Oh, jeez.
I mean,
right.
that's the thing.
And Phosphex bombs.
and phosphex bombs.
In exactly the same way in combat, a World Eater Tactical Marine is basically the same as your normal Tactical Marine, but a chain axe and then stacks of special rules for combat. Same thing with these guys in Destroyers.
Counterattack, too.
Yeah, Destroyers
There's
are
a tiny
good.
little. These
Yeah,
guys are better
they
than
are.
veterans now. They're
Yeah.
better than rampagers.
Oh, yeah.
Eat your heart out, red butchers.
Yeah, they're still sad. They would probably beat Red Butchers. Wait,
Yeah,
no,
'cause
they definitely would.
Red butchers are all
100%.
unwieldy and T3 against these guys.
Yeah. And
With
they
2 wounds and
automatically
4
get
ups.
hit on
Yeah,
threes.
but if they get nailed with the meteor hammers and instant death themselves to pieces,
I
I don't know.
have
I've
not
poured an embarrassing
thought
amount of
about
punishment
that
into
before this.
red butchers and had it not
like I
worked
said,
out.
all in on the meteor hammers.
With the +2 to strength and the rad grenades, you're doing instant death. That's the argument for something other than the phalanx blades.
Yep. Meteor hammers all day.
I can't believe that never occurred to me before like 7 seconds ago.
Dogpile them on a Praetor. And
You're
then
welcome,
just,
Jason.
You want to be silly? You put a warmonger in there, just drop deep strike and just phosphex bomb dudes.
Hey boys, how's your health insurance?
Well, actually, you don't even do that because they come with. You can give them jump packs. Just poof. Phosphex.
But you take the Warmonger, and then you don't have to worry about paying for the jump packs.
It's true. Well, which is more expensive, to give them all jump packs or to buy a warmonger?
But the Warmonger
Jump
can also
packs
do
are
some shit, too.
Cheap. They are, what, 5 points each? It's not bad.
So
5 points per model. Yeah.
That's not terrible.
So even at
That's
maxed out 15,
Yeah.
that's
sick.
Oh, hey.
I don't know how math works.
You can give them a missile launcher with suspensor weapon rad missiles.
Normal destroyers
hilarious.
only go up to 10. These guys go up to 15. Melt-a-bombs is still 25 points for the whole squad.
You know,
regardless.
it's funny because this
Good
is
night, knights.
so. This is like another Legion specific destroyer squad.
Yes.
The only other squad off the top of my head, Legion specific destroyers, are the Dark Angel Interrupters, who also go up to 15.
Pyroclasts, too.
Do they take
for
15?
salamanders? I don't know if they go up to 15.
Arguably,
Do
you
the
could call
blood-
Deathsworn.
There's one for the Blood Angels.
Could these guys beat Deathsworn?
Ooh, interesting question. Again, if you give them all the meteor hammer,
Do Deathsworn have rad grenades?
well, you get the priest. You get the priest, and the priest has nastiness that
So
comes
no.
with
Yeah.
it.
So I
They don't
would
have
say
it.
Stock.
They don't have it stock, but they don't need it stock.
They don't. They have those wacky
Yeah.
stasis grenades.
Yeah, the stasis grenades and the axes are what's doing the work there.
But-
How many attacks are they getting with the meteor hammer on the charge?
4.
4.
I just
But still the 2-up armor because
Yeah,
they're getting
yeah,
rid of the
yeah.
feel no pain when I take it with the priest, which is important.
Yeah.
but that's
I think it's another case of mutual annihilation because they're going to get the Deathsworn down to 1 or 2 models.
Yep.
The problem is that doesn't help against Deathsworn.
yeah, it all swings back.
You definitely have to. You would have to build to fight Deathsworn, and I think the build in question is Phalanx blades on everybody. That's 6 attacks, 15
On
dudes,
every
rending.
single guy except the
for
sergeant
some reason, the sergeant.
who has 7.
Yeah, but you give him just a chain axe and just let him go to town, or a maul so that he hits it, so that he's wounding on 2s. Well, he already wounds on 2s in most instances because of the rad grenades.
Honestly, I'd give him the Thunder Hammer just for the lulls.
No,
yeah,
he needs to be able to swing at initiative to get rid of those Deathsworn.
But it's so many things stacked together because as a World Eater, 2 points for the Phalanx Blade. You've got 6 attacks on the charge. Let's be honest, you probably have Berserker Assault. Like, I know there are other rights of war out there for World Eaters, but
But no one's using them.
no one's using them. So you've got 2 attacks from Rage when you're charging, which hopefully you will. You're re-rolling 1s to wound. You're wounding on 3s because rad grenades, the only thing you're not either wounding with or re-rolling is 2s. Then you get, with those 1s, you're just getting another shot at getting a rend. And every rend is
AP2.
AP2.
Good
It's
night,
just
Deathsworn.
and that's basically what.
But
do it.
I've looked at so many units though, and been like, these guys could take Deathsworn, I think. And then I'll play a game and be like, oh, you very much can't.
Well, I mean, the math and the theoretical math don't play in the same universe.
It's true.
Very true.
In theory, you're right, Jason. These guys have all the parts together to make it happen.
Yep.
Unfortunately, like my soul tells me they have all the parts to kill 8 of them.
And then the 9th guy is just like,
And then the other, like the 2 survivors, make sure this entire unit dies.
entire 10-man squad swings back.
Yeah, the entire 10-man squad swings back at Strength 5 AP2 and just, thanks for coming out.
This unit convinces me that we're going to get 2 wound Terminators.
one would hope.
It would make sense because they're mix and match with the special unit Terminators now.
Yeah, and and again, these would be so good against 2 wound Terminators because you get the meteor hammers.
Just
Yeah.
boop.
Yeah.
Okay, but here's my thought.
Suddenly you won't care about your 2 wounds anymore because you're dead anyway.
Right?
If 2 wound Terminators become the norm, will like Justarin Red Butchers move up to 3 wounds?
It won't.
I do not think so.
It won't matter if you're instant deathing them.
I do not think so. I think
won't, but-
I think they've not experimented, right? Because presumably they did all things for reasons. But I think in the course of Heresy version 1, they've just realized that 2 wound Terminators, like you just need them to be 2 wounds, and like.
But it's not consistent though. All the new ones we're getting, like in the Exemplary battles, are still just 1 wound.
Even the Dark Angel ones.
And I think
Even the new Dark
Even the
Angel ones.
Cenobites are a single wound.
I'm pretty
piece.
sure in 40K right now, Terminators actually have 3 wounds because Space
but you
Marines
can't-
all got
you
an
can't-
extra one.
You can't do
And-
9th edition and
Right, but I'm
But I see
saying
what
is
you're
that
saying,
a 3 wound Terminator, there's a precedent for it.
fair.
Because
Oh, absolutely.
at least in 40K, you got 3 wound Terminators running around all day. And so, yeah, I could see 3 wound Gorgons, 3 wound Fire Drakes, 3 wound Justarin, who they're the cream of the Terminator crop.
I think
Yeah.
certain.
I
I,
just-
don't even think
then you're-
Justarin, but like
I mean, maybe
what
a
are the
price hike to go with it.
Iron Hands guys. Morlock. I'm completely blanking here. The Iron Hands Terminators.
Oh, the Iron
Gorgons.
Yeah,
Gorgons.
Gorgons.
I could see those guys. I could see Fire Drakes being 3 wounds. I could see Huskarls, honestly. Units that are famed,
Famed to,
for the
being
ridiculous
tough.
durability. Yeah,
Yeah.
like that's their whole shtick.
Yeah, I'd be down.
Not the Night Lords guys, because those are not.
I just wish the Word Bearers would get a Legion Terminator unit. That'd be cool.
You have to be a not shitty Legion. I think that's
Not
that's
true. They got all those Imperial Fist guys.
Yeah.
Oh.
Yeah, Imperial Fists have the best Terminators in the game, and they're objectively the worst Legion in the lore.
And we prove it time and time again.
Yep.
So
And when we don't, Perturabo does.
I'm sorry, our listeners. Oh. What's Perturabo doing right now in the lore? Is he?
He's a
that's
demon
right.
prince.
I mean, he's
Demon
not
Prince.
dead like Dorn is.
Not deader and Dorn.
Dorn's just fine.
ostensibly has both of his hands.
Yeah. Dorn is 100%
Except now
dead.
his hands are guns.
Yeah, gun hands.
Yeah.
Where's Dorn? One hand in a grave. Not
Good
even
old
a
stump.
grave.
He's just floating through space.
Probably already been eaten by Dark Eldar.
All right, but I do want to talk. So I didn't have a huge chance to take a look at the campaign rules or the campaign in this exemplary battle.
Oh yeah. it's
However,
real good.
some of the mission special rules are really interesting. One that really came to mind was roads, which are basically a new terrain feature. Where if you
Brand new to the 30th millennium.
roads
Road.
where we're going, we never needed roads before.
Yeah. Well, I mean, Ultramarines are Romans. Romans ostensibly invented roads.
But yeah, so areas defined as roads on a map count as open ground, and additionally, when moving only through them, you get an additional +2 to your movement. All models.
Yeah.
That's really
It's
cool.
amazing what paved roads will do.
And I think that's really cool.
Your
And
tanks drive faster. Your infantry marches further.
Your jump packs work better.
I hope it's indicative of. I hope it's indicative of new terrain rules and such.
Maybe a nice
cool.
new terrain kit.
Flyers don't use roads. Why are they going faster?
Exactly. That's what. That's literally.
They know there's not going to be one of those dumb like aerials that's 200 meters tall they just smack into. It's a road. Nothing going.
I mean, that is a good point. They do not differentiate between flyers. So technically flyers.
Yeah, flyers are just there's a draft along the road. They've built the building in such a way that there's a corridor.
It's the heat wave coming off the
Yeah.
concrete.
It bounces off the concrete,
Actually, no.
making
I don't
faster.
think it matters because it's just saying they can go an additional 2 inches. But what's a flyer's maximum speed?
36 if it's supersonic.
Is it? I thought it was more
I
than
don't
that.
fly.
No, I think
Everybody
it's
in my
definitely
army
36.
walks.
But like there's
flying
there are
dreadnought? No.
there are rules about flyers going like over a certain distance and what that does to what they can do. So it's really not that big a deal.
Does that mean if you charge someone on a road, you can ostensibly make a 14-inch charge? Mm-hmm. Oh, cool.
Yes.
Yeah. All aboard the slip and slide, boys.
No, it's only during the movement phase. Only during the movement phase.
Boo.
So
and has no
effectively
effect.
you get a +2 to your charge
Yeah.
if you look at it that way.
Yeah, it's true. It's true. Flyers can fly faster on a road that they don't actually touch, but I can't charge further in the assault phase. This is dumb.
Well,
Immersion broken.
pack it all up. Time to start playing historical, Stephen.
At least then when I go faster on a road, it makes sense.
Then they also have the Fog of War, which
Ooh.
yeah. So at the beginning of the game, you roll a d6 to determine the effects of Fog of War, and this effect lasts the entire duration.
Oh, because of all the dust that was on Armatura.
Yep. On a 1 or 2, all models gain a 6-up cover save against shooting attacks. 3 to 4, line of sight is reduced to a maximum of 18 inches
Oof.
for the whole game.
Oof.
Awesome.
Oh,
Last
you're
lots
gonna,
for days.
gonna do that to.
It does say, note that the line of sight may still be drawn from a model equipped with a Nuncio Vox when firing a weapon with the Barrage special rule.
Oh, good. Good.
And
The day of Volkite is here.
yeah.
Oh man, in a mission that. Oh gosh,
That's
that
rough.
has to include world eaters.
Yep.
That's really the reason they took Armatura in the end, is because the Ultramarines couldn't see who they needed to shoot.
Yeah.
And on
Run down these roads.
We need to figure out a way to make this gun line that the Ultramarines have non-viable. So we're just going to rip this rule.
That's fair. And on a 5 to 6, Scouring Winds, models of the infantry type suffer a negative 1 toughness when in areas of open ground, like roads, to a minimum toughness characteristic of 1.
Damn.
This reduction does not affect the instant death threshold, which, thank God.
Important.
That's very important.
Yeah.
I mean, that's still
Run
T2.
down that road.
Red hands are still hitting their opponents at T2.
Bad time.
Just
bad
flicking
vibe.
them with their fingers, not even revving the chain axes. Just, bink.
And another reason to get those meteor hammers before they can get you back.
Yep.
Yep.
But, yeah, I would like to look and dive into this a little bit more. In
Now
the
what we
future
got to
here.
do, Austin, is build Legio Audax and Legio Oberon and
I mean,
play it.
Audax is cool, but anybody associated with the Ultramarines is lame by,
Yeah, like the Imperial Fists.
uh,
Yeah. Imagine getting saved by the Ultramarines twice.
embarrassing.
There are 2 cool Ultramarines, Aenid Thiel and Lucretius Corvo.
You mean the 2 that almost got kicked out of the Ultramarines?
Yeah, more or
being
less.
too
And went on
cool.
to command chapters other than the Ultramarines.
They literally were too cool for school.
Yeah, they literally got kicked out of the Ultramarines for being competent human beings.
yeah, even Sigismund
well.
doesn't have that.
Right?
There was that one time.
Well, that's just
Corvo,
another damning indictment of Dorn.
Yep.
That was that one
appreciate
time Corvo told the lion to sit and spin.
Yeah.
It's probably not the best idea for his advancement professionally.
I bet neither Corvo
But
or
you know what?
Thiel have ever been easily captured by the Iron Warriors too.
It's true. But I don't think he got his head punched off for that. Which is
Didn't, oddly.
which is more than the first chaplain can say.
Oh. Well, ostensibly, the only time that the lion is going to kill you and you're not in his legion is if you're a traitor.
Hopefully.
Hopefully.
We don't
There's probably a few dead space
rolling
wolves to
the dice
attest.
He shoved a sword through Russ because Russ was like, fine, if you're going to be a bitch, just do your thing. I'll just stand here. Thinking that the lion was going to be, try to be the bigger man. And nope, just sword.
Oh, no.
Wait,
no.
hang on. Jesse,
No.
I was like, the fuck is this?
You're our resident Dark Angel expert.
Okay, I'm running off of 2 hours of sleep, but go ahead.
It's fair. I trust you.
There's all 3 lore masters here too, so we got it between the 3 of us.
Oh, okay. Good point. Oh, it was
Who are
just
the other 2, Steven?
It was just that one guy that the lion like karate chopped his head off, right?
Yes.
the chaplain Nemiel.
And he never.
yeah.
Is it weirder that like Perturabo does that all the time, or that the lion just did it once to that one guy and never again?
That the lion did it once to that one guy and never again.
Yeah.
Hands down.
Yeah, Perturabo decimated his own legion when he first showed up. Like,
Like just for fun.
yeah, the
move.
fratricide it comes with the territory when
I mean,
you're an Iron Warrior.
imagine. Think about what should be weirder for you to hear on the news. Vladimir Putin gets a guy poisoned.
Oh, we're
or-
all on the target list now.
Joe Biden shoots a man. Like
that's
Joe
Dick
Biden
Cheney
just
style.
Not even
I could
Dick
see
Cheney
that happening
style.
on accident.
Like on purpose.
Yeah.
Like
Yeah.
he goes into the White House Situation Room, like picks one of the Joint Chiefs of Staff.
Just shoots him.
You give a dumb opinion.
Disrespect.
Biden justice.
The dementia has advanced
Yeah, it's
beyond
definitely-
medical
There's the
levels.
sunglasses on and everything.
It's definitely weirder that the lion did it the one time, especially because ostensibly the lion is a fairly reasonable guy.
He's real petty, but yeah.
Yeah, but he's not, stripping down one of his officers in the middle of the field and like go back to the line.
Well,
You're no longer a
the
member of the Trident.
The situation at that time was the invincible reason was
Being boarded. Yeah.
by fucking demons.
Yeah. So right, but this chaplain
And the lion, Nemiel.
Nemiel, right, has ostensibly before maybe voiced a dissenting opinion to the lion and thought, I'm a high-ranking first chaplain of the Legion. Like, he's going to listen to me. And the last thing he sees is the lion's fist.
Well, I mean, to be fair,
Cannoning.
there was a lot of back and forth up until the point of the poppening.
Right, but he's never been popped before, is what I'm saying. Like, not even a 10%
It's like he would.
It only takes the one.
Yeah, just...
Yeah.
And let's be fair, lion didn't have to do it again.
But I was about to
the
say,
rest of the Legion's doing that.
I was about to say,
silent-
good point.
Yeah, I mean...
Perturabo throws a tantrum, puts a guy in a dreadnought. Lion only had to do it once.
yeah,
That's right.
Pert's killing people by the dozen.
Right.
He's got a gross. Just
By the 10th,
line them
actually.
up. Yeah.
Yeah.
I love the take after fall where they say, oh, well, Pert was actually blessing, was it Baron?
Barosis?
Barosis, I think.
Barosis.
He was honoring him with his fists that, broke his sternum and like every bone in him.
I'd
It was
rather
an
be
honor
beaten to death by
that he
Pert
got.
than an Imperial fist, so sure.
Please, sir, may I have another?
Yeah, that's exactly.
Oh, man.
And yet somehow Dorn still managed to do more damage to his own Legion in that battle than Perturabo did to his.
And everyone after that.
Jason is losing it over here.
We are relentless.
We got to get him while he's recovering from surgery and he's too weak to fight back.
It's true.
They can't do it on the tabletop, so they have to do it here.
Well, that's
Sorry,
because
the
nobody
first.
watches our tabletop games.
It's true.
Yeah, nobody
Which
cares
is
This way
about
we
that.
dress you down in front of a live studio audience.
Much like
And to be fair-
Perturabo.
To be fair, we also don't record our games either. Because
No, that's what I'm saying.
exactly.
We could do a battle report.
It's not live.
And then
And by live, I mean like on a 2-day delay.
Yeah, that's fine.
everybody would
Live.
know.
It's as live as you get in 2020.
Yeah.
Again.
2020 again.
2021,
2022.
2021,
The revenge.
All right.
Son of Corona.
So we got anything else before we wrap it up tonight?
Yes, I do have something else. The last Saturday of January, we're having an AT event at Battlegrounds, our friendly local game store,
Midlothian, Virginia.
Midlothian, Virginia.
USA.
Yep. You can go to their Battlegrounds RVA Facebook page and get the details. Spark Notes is 3 rounds, 1,500 point list, 1,750 point list. Shenanigans will abound. It'll be good times. And come roll dice with us if you're, local-ish.
Now, we've had people come from all sorts of
Yeah,
off
we
the
got guys
East
coming
Coast.
from Maryland.
Yeah, well, that's local-ish.
We've had
if you
people
can-
come from Pennsylvania.
Yeah, if you can get here in a day,
You can brave driving through Maryland. You're welcome.
Yeah.
right? Bless
Before
you.
the crabs get you.
It is.
Yeah,
Yeah.
we'll roll from like 12:30 and go until closing because it's 3 games. Got a lot to do.
Yeah.
So it'll be a full day of Tiny Titan murder and glory.
Mm-hmm.
Be a good time.
Yeah. And if no murder, well, if no glory, then at least murder.
Yeah. And if no murder,
Yes,
beer next door.
You will charge valiantly and be butchered valiantly.
And then later, princeps with giant tall hats and gold watch fobs will thump their amniotic tanks and declare what a valiant charge it was.
Indeed.
All right. Well,
So yeah, I'm going to say Jesse will put something in the link. Or
yeah, I'll figure something out.
I'll put more work for Jesse. It'll be fine.
Yeah. Just do it.
We love you, Jesse.
Space Marine 2 came out. That was cool.
Oh, God, yes.
Yeah, finally a lieutenant that no one's actually going to complain about.
Yeah. Primaris Lieutenant, new Primaris Lieutenant models.
Presumably it's Titus. They confirmed it was Titus, didn't
Yes,
they?
yeah.
It's totally
100%
Titus.
Titus.
Yeah.
He got a demotion.
I mean, anytime that you're not a captain of the Ultramarines,
My God.
Steven is blue-yellow colorblind.
it's,
He only sees bad.
yeah, if it's not a gunmetal burnished iron or crimson red, then I don't know who they are. There's 2 legions in black armor. It's confusing to me.
Yeah, it looks real cool. Going to be some knit action.
Yeah, it'll be nice to fight something other than orcs. My favorite part about it, because one of the things that annoyed me about playing Space Marine 1 is that orcs had actual lines when they would come and attack you, and after you played the game for long enough, it was just the same ones over and over and over again. But Nids don't speak English or Gothic.
Nope, they're just hissing at you.
Yeah, and that's easy enough to ignore. Oh boy, I love that trailer so much.
Yeah, coming down and
He looks so
with the hammer into the pile of
heavy.
gaunts.
That is exactly what I was going to bring up, why I liked it.
He's charging, and
Because
it feels like there's a Lehman Russ is on the move.
you remember the Astartes, like the short series?
Yeah.
They have the exact same... Yeah, they had the exact same feel of being super heavy and monolithic, but also like hyper fast superhuman reactions.
Yeah.
It's
Like
perfect.
athletic.
Yeah.
You don't need the Warhammer Plus to watch Astartes on Warhammer TV. It's free for all.
Oh, cool.
Yeah.
Oh, great.
Yeah.
Delightful.
Great.
Yeah.
Man, time to watch the Starties then.
Yeah.
Finally.
I mean, to
Damn.
the one person out there that somehow listens to this podcast but has not seen the Astartes short series, go do it. It's amazing.
Well, I don't listen to this series, but I need to go do it now. Yeah.
Yeah.
Thank God I'm off tomorrow.
Yeah, I really hope that since there were 3 Primaris Marines shown in the trailer, that it'll support co-op. It probably won't, but that's my hope, is that I can squad up with the homies and wreck Nids.
That would be a great addition
You
to
guys
the
would
game.
get off your asses and buy PlayStations already.
Yeah, let me just get out there.
Yeah. We're all gonna go get Jared's.
What?
PS3?
Yeah.
I have a PS4, damn it. I even know how to do
having
stuff on it.
outmoded, having a PS3
Yeah.
and putting a PS1 on top of it does not, by addition, make it a PS4.
It's just duct taped together.
I got a guitar cable in this thing.
Yeah. But
right.
looking forward to the multiplayer that will surely come back, because I really want to see Chaos Space Marines in glorious high definition.
And let's not forget, just because it's set in the 41st millennium, there doesn't mean there won't be unlockable armors of Mark III or probably Mark VI to tie in
They're
all the new
probably
stuff.
rolling Primaris, but who's to say they won't put tactical guys in there too?
Yeah. Big tacticals. Just give it to me.
Yeah, I don't care. And honestly, I don't give a fuck.
Yeah.
I'm
fuck it.
rolling around in the 41st Millennium in Primaris armor, shooting up with the buddies.
Fuck it. I'll bullet rifle.
hell
Let's
yeah.
do it.
Yeah,
It's the only time I'll play a Loyalist Marine.
Once again, thanks for listening to the Remembrancers Retreat. You can find us on Facebook and Instagram at RR30K Podcast. You can go to our website, rr30k.com. You can find the Battlefleet Gothic or Battlefleet Heresy Compendium on there. A 300-page of just homebrew goodness for playing Horus Heresy set in Battlefleet Gothic. If you enjoy our program and would like to support us, go over to patreon.com/RR30K Podcast. And right now, we'd like to thank all of our patrons, starting with our top Legion Praetor tier: Alex Self, Chap Landisar, Chris Mack, Jacob Dillon, Garner.Tree of Woe, Joe from Music City Heresy, Luke Rizzuto, Matthew Boyce, Michael Tisdall, Mr. Baldwick, Nick Quenga, Sar Luther, Taco Tuesday or Bus 22 Rock and Roll McDonald's, and What's Ligma. Our Legion Centurions are still
Never not funny.
never not funny. Our Legion Centurions: Aaron Maynard, Andrew N., Angry Boy, Dave Jones, Duncan, Ed, John Christensen, M. Tanzer, Gorecrow, Rena the Floof, and Scott LeMay. And finally, our Legion Sergeants: Agrippina, Emily O'Hare, Garrett Lowe, Jay DeSales, Jay Grammaticus, M. Sear, Nick Gillen, The Zoy, and What Do I Call Myself?
Folks. Timely.
Once again, Thanks again for listening. Y'all be safe out there. Keep those dice rolling. Bye for now.
Bye, guys.